CruddyMurda was a name on everyone's lips. He rose from the streets to rap stardom. His lyrics were raw, real, and resonated with millions. But his light dimmed quickly. A 10-year sentence cast a long shadow over his promising career. The charges were serious, but the story was complex. Cruddy's tale wasn't just about one man's mistakes. It reflected a system that often traps young black men. Cruddy's story begins in the heart of the city. Life was hard, opportunities were scarce. Music became his escape, his voice. He poured his struggles, his hopes, and his anger into his lyrics. People connected with his authenticity. They saw their own stories in his rhymes. His rise was meteoric, a testament to his talent and the power of his words. But fame, as it often does, came with a price. Cruddy found himself surrounded by new faces, some genuine, some not. Cruddy's childhood was harsh. He grew up surrounded by poverty and violence. The streets were his playground, his classroom, his everything. Survival was the daily lesson. He saw friends and family fall victim to the same traps that awaited him. But Cruddy had a gift: words. He could spin tales that captivated, lyrics that cut deep. Music became his refuge. It gave him purpose, a way to channel his pain and his dreams. He started rapping at local clubs, his raw talent shining through. His words resonated with the struggle, the grit, the hope that pulsed through his community. He wasn't just rapping, he was storytelling. He was giving voice to the voiceless. His big break came when a local DJ featured him on a mixtape. The response was electric. People connected with his authenticity, his rawness. He wasn't selling a fantasy, he was sharing his truth. Among the faces drawn to Cruddy's rising star was Ant Glizzy. A fellow rapper from the same neighborhood, Ant saw in Cruddy a reflection of himself, a shared hunger for success. They formed a bond, a brotherhood forged in the crucible of their shared experiences. Ant became a fixture in Cruddy's life, a constant presence in the studio and on the road. They collaborated on tracks, their styles complementing each other, their voices amplifying their message. Ant, however, carried his own baggage. He was entangled in a world of hustling, of navigating the dangerous underbelly of the music industry. He saw in Cruddy's fame a way out, a chance to elevate himself and those around him. Money Ma entered the picture as a savior, a beacon of hope in a world rife with sharks and snakes. A successful entrepreneur with a reputation for turning dreams into reality, he promised to take Cruddy's career to the next level. He spoke of endorsements, of expanding his brand, of building an empire. Cruddy, still reeling from the complexities of his relationship with Ant, was drawn to Money Ma's promises of stability and guidance. Money Ma became more than just a manager. He became a confidant, a father figure to a young man desperate for direction. He offered advice, provided opportunities, and shielded Cruddy from the harsh realities of the music industry. The courtroom buzzed with anticipation as the verdict was read. Guilty, 10 years. The words hung in the air, heavy with finality. CruddyMurda, the young rapper who had soared to unimaginable heights, was now facing a decade behind bars. The charges were serious, the evidence damning, but for many, the sentence felt like a punch to the gut, a stark reminder of a system that often seems more focused on punishment than rehabilitation. The prosecution painted a picture of a young man blinded by fame, seduced by the allure of easy money and reckless abandon. They highlighted his association with known criminals, the whispers of gang activity, the shadow of violence that seemed to follow him. They argued that his talent did not excuse his actions, that his success did not make him above the law. The defense countered with a narrative of a young man failed by the system, a product of an environment that offered little opportunity and even less hope. CruddyMurda's story, while specific in its details, reflects a larger narrative that plays out with alarming frequency in America. His journey from the streets to stardom, followed by a swift fall from grace, shines a light on the systemic issues that plague the criminal justice system, particularly its impact on young black men. Like so many others before him, Cruddy found himself caught in a web of poverty, limited opportunities, and a system that seems designed to punish rather than rehabilitate. His sentence, while presented as justice served, raises uncomfortable questions about the true nature of justice in a society grappling with mass incarceration. Is a decade behind bars truly the answer? Does it address the root causes of crime or merely serve to perpetuate a cycle of disadvantage? The story of CruddyMurda is a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the human cost of a system that often seems more focused on punishment than redemption. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable realities of mass incarceration, the ways in which it disproportionately impacts communities of color, and the urgent need for reform. As Cruddy begins his 10-year sentence, his story serves as a powerful reminder that true justice requires more than just locking people up. It demands that we address the systemic issues that contribute to crime, invest in communities, and create pathways for rehabilitation and reintegration.